Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart, and God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread, healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty, it's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes You O Cube. It's one-on-one, just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad that you joined me on this fine day. Today is Friday, y'all. It's Friday. It's a fresh start Friday, March the 4th in the year 2022. And I want to welcome each and every one of you to the podcast stream on today. Listen, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy for each one of you that have joined me here. Come on with these emotes. I see you. I see you. I see you. Beautiful people in the Lion's Den, the most beautiful people anywhere in the world. I appreciate you for coming out today. And listen, let's get this party started and let's get this party crack-a-lacking. I'm just glad to be in the service one more time. Listen, it's a good day to be alive, and I'm just excited to be here with you. You know how we get this started. We always like to come out here and look and see who brought their beautiful energy into Grandpa Holmes's chair and to see who is in the VIP section of the Lion's Den. So let's get this started. And listen, every day I go out here, I just enjoy seeing the beautiful people and the comments that they leave are just as good, y'all. Just as good. I enjoy you guys so much. You don't know how much you bless my soul. Now, looky here. We had Miss Fabulous, and I'm going to always give her some props for coming in the Lion's Den in that VIP section and meeting and greeting everybody that's in there, whether she gets her lips, her hips, or her fingertips on that chair. She still comes in and greets everybody. I want to appreciate you for that, Miss Fabulous, otherwise known as Mel Holiday. You know I love you, girl. You know I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for coming in the room. Now, the third person to get in the lion's den this morning and bring that love and bring that energy and bring that power is none other than Shelly Thunder. Shelly Thunder, you were the third one passing through, and so you go ahead and have a seat right over there on the love seat. There's so much love for you in the lion's den. Sister said, I was just passing through, y'all. I was just passing through. Carry on. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, and she was beat by none other than BTD Mom. BTD Mom came on up in here. She was the second one to make her way into the lion's den this morning. She was just a few minutes after 12 there. But at the end of the day, come on and sit down on that love seat next to Shelly Thunder. And you guys, yes, Shelly Thunder, she's in there. Y'all just have a good time right over there in the corner. Shelly Thunder and BTD Mom on that love seat. They have perched up. They've done their thing. They are in there, y'all. Now, the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair is none other than... Oh, I done put the thunder up, y'all. Truck driver, you are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. And I gotta give it up for you, my brother. I gotta give it up for you. Represent. That's my guy, y'all. That's my guy. Mufasa came on in here this morning and he said, y'all move over. That's my chair. And you are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair on this first Friday in the month of March. You do your thing, my brother. Do your thing. And you know I just love you. I love you, truck driver. That's my Mufasa. Now, you know I always like to come around and give my love to my moderator. So come on with it, folks. Come on with it. Put that mod love up here. We start off with Shelly Thunder. Yes, Shelly Thunder's up in the room. And she comes in and she brings that energy bright and early in the morning. Hey, I hear thunder in the air. There must be a Shelly Thunder somewhere. I appreciate you, sis, for all that you do, for everything that you bring to the lion's den. Mad love to you. Now, the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Ink. Yes, the Rebel Ink is my girl. That's my old faithful. She's been there. I see you fairly all day, lurking and working. So good to see you. And let me just share some love with you as you're lurking on this morning. I appreciate you, the Rebel Ink, for always being so faithful in the lion's den and making it happen. And then, of course, my quiet storm, Michelle Brownell. And those three beautiful ladies are my three musketeers. Those are my Regina's angels. Those are STL's angels right there. And I appreciate every last one of them and the power that they bring up in the lion's den. Thank you for that mod love. While I'm there, let me say this. Fairly All Day has agreed. She's going to be coming in March the 20th. Mark your calendar. March the 20th. Fairly All Day is going to be here in the lion's den. And we'll tell you more about that a little later on. But listen, get your calendars marked up for that because it's going to be a beautiful day. Now, the other thing I want to talk about while we're giving a few announcements and station identification here, I want you to know this Sunday, if you can be here with us on this Sunday at 6 o'clock, yes, royalty, we're going to be celebrating her birthday on this Sunday evening. So if you can, I invite you, come on in here, saints. Come on in. We're going to have a good time celebrating royalty on Sunday evening. So listen, you already know it's going to be all kinds of cracks and all kinds of things going on in the line Lions Den to celebrate royalty on Sunday. I want you to be here and celebrate her with us. She is phenomenal. That's my sister. I love her. I love her. I love her. So I want you all to come on in Sunday evening at 6 o'clock and let's get our party on for royalty, otherwise known as Royal Confessions. Later on today, beloved, Good Grief is going to be here in the Lions Den at 12 o'clock high noon. Good Grief will be here led by Crazy Berrytown and Kim Possible 711. They will be doing their thing. And listen, that is one of the most powerful and beautiful sessions that you can come in on. Both Crazy Berrytown and Kim Possible bring so much to the table. You don't want to miss Good Grief today at 12 o'clock. We're going to be in here, y'all. We're going to be in here. So I wanted to invite you to all of those different things that we've got going on. I love the Lions Den because we try to have a myriad of different things that you can come in and participate and support and find something for everybody in the Lions Den. Yes, as we had the conversation on the other week, we've got something in the works for the children. So keep your ears open and keep your eyes open. We'll be having something coming into the Lions Den for the children soon and very soon. Everybody is important, and we want to make sure that we touch everybody in here. Now, while I'm there, let me say, I don't necessarily have a men's program that's going on, but I heard it through the grapevine that DJ T-Rail is going to be starting a men's opportunity and a stream going over there to support and highlight the men. So you know what? It doesn't have to originate in the Lions Den. Wherever it's coming from, if we can support it, we want to do just that. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. DJ T-Rail is going to be having a men's stream that he's going to be doing to uphold the brethren. So listen, we're coming at every angle that we can to make sure that all bases are covered and everybody is being fed up in here. So we are supporters one of another. As I say, if you see one another as competition, that's some low vibration right there. We're supporters one of another, and I appreciate everybody that's doing something out here on the internet to make a positive impact. Now let's get this party started, y'all. Let's get this party started. Let's go ahead, and you know how we do it. I need you to go ahead and get your coffee cups out. Get your coffee cups out. Get your coffee cups out. I'm so happy for everybody that's in here because listen, you guys, as I always say, are the most beautiful people. So you know how I do. I like to take this moment to just come by and look at everybody that's actually in the chat. It doesn't necessarily encompass everybody that's in the Lions Den because some of you don't choose to come in and talk and have conversation, but you're out there, and I appreciate you. But for those that are in the chat, I want to say good morning, Stacy546. I want to say good morning, Twannis Twitch. I see you. I want to say good morning to the Rebel Inc. You better come on and roar. I want to say good morning, Kim Possible 711. That's my pastor from the ATL, and yes, she is the other half of Good Grief. And I appreciate you so much, sis, for everything you bring to the Lions Den. Good morning, Stacy546. That's my girl. Good morning, Fairly All Day. That's my sis. And as I said, mark your calendars for the 20th of March. She will be here with us. Good morning, Stacy546. And yes, I know that's a Sunday. Good morning, Stacy546. I love you, girl. Come on through. Come through. Come through. I want to come on up and I want to say good morning, truck driver. I appreciate you. As I said, that's my Mufasa. Good morning, the gift, Nathan Lamont. I see you. Just give me one good squall this morning. Good morning, Shelly Thunder. I see you, girl. I see you. Come on through. I hear you too. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm coming on up the line and seeing I don't want to miss Tall Pumps. And she's pumping tall. That's my girl, y'all. That's my girl. Good morning to you, and I'm so happy, as always, to see you in the Lions Den. Now, I'm coming on up. We moving up a little bit higher. We moving on up a little bit higher because I want to make sure and say and meet and greet everybody. I want to say good morning to you before we get started on this fine day. Okay, let me take a scroll back down and see if there's anybody that came in while I was saying good morning to everybody. And I hope and pray that I didn't miss anyone, because every last one of you are just so precious and so special in the Lion's Den. So I'm coming down. Cassandra Isaiah, I see you. Thank you so much for coming in the Lion's Den. That's my poet laureate, and I just appreciate. Nathan got tongues in his shondo. You better come on. That's a squall. I'll take all of that, baby. I'll take all of that. That's my child. Now, as we get ready to get rolling, you know how we do it in the Lion's Den. STL got to have a little music to groove by. So let me just get my music going, y'all, and then we gonna get this party crack-a-lacking, and we gonna get this party going on this Fresh Start Friday, y'all. It is a Fresh Start Friday, so let's get this party crack-a-lacking. I'm so appreciative of everybody that's here. Now, I messed around and I opened it up and then I closed it right back out. There you go. All right, we're not gonna have a side piece Friday. We just not gonna do it. We just not gonna do it. Now, it's never user error. It's always the Side Piece Studio's fault whenever something goes wrong. It's never user error. It's always that Side Piece Studio that done got loose. Now, let's get this party crack-a-lacking and let's get this party going, y'all. And let's have some little conversation up in here. Now, this morning, you know, I'm gonna start, and we gonna have some comedy today, and then we'll get to our serious conversations a little bit later on after the 8 o'clock hour. I am going to start with, there's so much going on with the war, and you know, I'm picking and choosing. I really am picking and choosing what I'm talking about, because I'm just not ready to come in and have day after day after day after day of all of this trauma about the war. And yes, I know the war is going on, and I'm not trying to minimize it. And yes, we are praying for Ukraine. We're praying for the United States. We're praying for everywhere. We're praying for everywhere. Yes, the Side Piece Studio. Yes, Kim Possible. Yes, Pastor. The Side Piece Studio. So at the end of the day, this is where I look and I say, especially on a Fresh Start Friday, what do we want to talk about and what am I going to pull out of here? Well, the one thing I will talk about that's kind of on the negative side, if you want to call it that, is the fact that they're saying, as so many in the country and across the United States, the cities, municipalities, and the states are changing their laws and regulations for mask mandates and other things that relates to the pandemic, and trying to, as President Biden said, shift to another phase where we are not so much in a scramble scenario, but looking at it more like the flu, something like the flu, where we take everything shut down and the impact it's having in schools, the impact it's having in businesses, the impact it's having in all these different places. Let's relax things a little bit and get things moving, and hopefully stimulate the economy back to where it was, and yada, 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 yada. Well, the one thing that is not, and I feel like, thank God for Jesus, it is not given into that, is the airline, which is controlled by the government, governmental agencies. And thanks be to God, you know, we have a situation that basically is like, no. When it comes to getting on the plane, we're not getting ready to go there. So, and listen, when you're talking about closed quarters, where, good morning, Teresa Jones, get your teacup out, sis, get your teacup out. When you talk about closed quarters, and everybody breathing this same air that's being circulated and recirculated back through the cabin, they're basically saying, no, we're not going to do that on the airline. The airline shall still be a matter of, listen, you got to wear your mask up in here. So I'm so happy for that. But this is the thing. The fear is that it's about to get really ugly on the airlines, because as you see, the violence that they have identified. Good morning, Michelle Browno. There is my quiet storm. Come on in here, sis. Love you so much, and come on in and have a seat. Now, This is the thing that they're worried about, because the violence has escalated to such levels. They feel like there is going to be some continued flashback that's going to come from not raising that mandate out here on these airlines. Now, y'all see that man, and really the airline employees are filing all kinds of complaints because they're having injuries, they're getting beat up, they're being spit on. They've got folks that are doing everything damnable under the sun to these people while they're out there trying to do their jobs. And so there's a real concern that there's going to be, good morning, BTD mom, come on in the Lion's Den and I see you, sis. There's some real concern as to how this is going to impact the airlines. They anticipate that it's about to escalate. You're in those closed quarters, you got people going crazy, they're acting like they're losing their minds, and so this is a place that they're now really having a high level of concern. I'm gonna see if I can get this to roll for you, this beautiful bean footage. Hold on a second and let's see what we got here, talking about trying to deal with the airline situation, and here you go. It's not going to queue up for you, but there you see it. Basically, you hear the conversation, and you can't hear the conversation because it's nothing there, but you see the man, and you see basically the employees had to go through all kinds of changes. They had to go through all kinds of, and so now in this particular situation, they had to remove the brother. They had to remove the brother. Now, these are folks that otherwise you would think them to be normal people. All of this over a mask, y'all. All of this over a mask. So we're not asking you to change anything, put anything in your body. We're not asking you to do anything that may physically be against your person and your body and your system. All we're asking you to do is wear a mask. So at this point, beloved, this is what they're coming up with. They really want to go ahead and do a no-fly list, because some of these people, like this brother that you see right here, and my apologies for not getting that queued up, it, for whatever reason, doesn't want to respond this morning. But at the end of the day, when you get down to it and you got to deal with people and they're getting that violent, I feel like the airlines, to me, in my opinion, this is my opinion, y'all, it's Yes You O Cube, one-on-one, just me and you. And listen, spiritual thought leader, no cream, no sugar. I feel like this. Yes, I've been waiting for you, SK8843. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And listen, I'm gonna stop right there because I just been waiting for this baby to come in the room. Because you know what? It's her birthday, y'all. It's her birthday. And I appreciate you for being in the Lion's Den this morning, SK8843. And this is what we got to say for you. This is what we got for you. You know how we do it in here. You know how we do it in here. We celebrate all of our beautiful people's birthdays. And so you're no different. We want to get it on for you, sis. And we want to wish you the happiest of birthdays ever. And so if I could find it, y'all see me, I'm just sitting here I'm going up and down, I'm going to and fro, seeking who I may devour. Listen, where did you go? It's hiding from me, y'all. It's hiding from me. This studio, Kim Possible, this studio is playing games with me. Here we go. I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I appreciate you. And here you go with the birthday song. Hey! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yes. SK8843, happy birthday to you. And if you didn't catch it, Tall Pumps is on the pole for you, sis. Tall Pumps is on the pole, baby. She's on the pole. I love y'all. Y'all just so funny in here. She's on the pole for you, girl. She's breaking it off. So listen, happy birthday to you, SK8843, otherwise known as Sheila Miles. We're so glad to have you. And that's my sister, y'all. That's my sister. I love me some big sis. I got two of them, and they are both so beautiful. So appreciate you. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den, and all kind of blessings to you, and blessings for one of the greatest years in your life ever. May this be the beginning of a brand new chapter in your world, and may it rock your world. Come on through. Happy birthday to you, sis. Much love. Now, I saw some others come in. Royal Confessions. As I told you, we're going to be celebrating Royal Confessions on Sunday at 6:00 p.m. Her birthday is coming up, and we're going to celebrate this beautiful woman. Because listen, it's all about, number one, it's Women's History Month. And she is a historical figure in her own right for what she's done down in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And listen, that's my girl. That's my friend. That's my iron. That's my ace. I appreciate you. We're going to be celebrating her. DJ T-Rail came in the room, and DJ T-Rail, I talked about you before you got here, but as I said, he is a streamer. Please follow him. He's got a men's program that he's going to be launching that I want us in the Lion's Den to follow him and support. So much love coming to you, my brother. All the good things in the world. Now I'm coming on down and trying to see if anybody else that snuck in here while I was talking. But again, happy birthday to my sis, Sheila Miles, aka SK8843. It's all about you right now, baby. It's all about you. So much love coming at you. Now, this next story, y'all tell me what you think about this. I'm going to put this up, and I want to see. Let me hold on. She's already going. I want you all to tell me. This came out on yesterday, and you know, I think that there is a reconciliation that is happening. There's a reconciliation that's happening. Now, while I often come in and I talk a lot about the shortcomings in the church and in the church structure, Cheryl Brady, I don't know if any of you all know Cheryl Brady or not. Cheryl Brady has come out, and she has taken a stand nonstop in the evangelical circles, and she has taken a stand nonstop for Black people and people of color. Now, unlike Africa, unlike Paula, the whatever, I want to play this because she has really made a buzz. I see that wine down there, BTD Mom. Y'all celebrating already. I want to appreciate Cheryl Brady for trying to come out and speak again on behalf of Black people. And so she goes someplace on yesterday, and this really came out in a tremendous way. Come on, Cheryl. I see y'all. I see you, Kim Possible. I see you, Rebel. She really came out on yesterday, and people are going all over the place with this, both directions. And so I want to play this for you. If you haven't seen it, I just want to share it on today, and I want to get some feedback, and let's have some conversation. And I'm going to tell you my personal position. I appreciate her for trying. I appreciate her for trying to really speak and share something from her heart, which I have a takeaway that is not negative. So, you know, I want you all to hear what she has to say, and then we'll have a little discussion.
I want to say how grateful I am for the African American community. You don't have to clap. Don't clap. It's okay. You all have taught me so much. You taught me to stand. You taught me to pray, to hold on to God. You taught me praise. Yeah, y'all taught me that. Y'all taught me worship. You taught me how to give. I learned how to give through the African American community. Through storefront churches, I watch people give. You taught us that. You taught us how to forgive. Every time I walk out here and stand in this pulpit and look at you, I'm telling you, you teach me lessons. And I never would have made it. You're part of my...
All right. And there you have it. Cheryl Brady speaking from her heart and really pouring out her appreciation to and for the Black community and how the Black community has been so hugely a part of her ministry and her life. Come through, Pastor Baloo. I see you. I see you. I see you. Let me hold that. So, listen, the Eagle has landed so much love to you. That's my brother, my pastor from KCK. I see you, Kim Possible. You said you've been following her a long time. I see you, Michelle Brown. Come through, come through, come through. Now, the thing that my takeaway, and I appreciate Cheryl Brady, and I'm not trying to be ugly, but I am trying to keep it real. I appreciate her for acknowledging the impact that the Black community has had on her life and her ministry for where she is today. Because I think at the end of the day, there are a lot of ministries, particularly out of the evangelical ranks, that have tried to come in and imitate everything that they can about Black church to attract Black people to their ministries. Now, whether or not they're actually sincere in that, I feel if you take somebody like Apollo White, and yes, this is Yes You O Cube, one-on-one, just me and you know how I do it in here. No cream, no sugar. I take this coffee strong and black because, baby, I tells it like it T-I-Z-T-is. So I feel like at the end of the day, you have people like Paula White, you have people like Rod Parsley, you have people like, and I could just go on and on and on with that whole like scenario, because there is that place where people have come in and made money off of Black folks by imitating the Black church experience. So, I feel for Cheryl Brady, who, and she does have sons-in-laws that are Black. Her grandbabies are mixed. I don't think even in the midst of that, because listen, I understand very clearly, just because you may have in-laws of a different ethnicity and mixed grandbabies, that still doesn't mean that you're not racist. Don't get confused on that point. I feel that Cheryl Brady brings something totally different to the table. I see you, Fairly All Day. She and her husband are genuine people. You totally support her. She has said this many, many times before on smaller platforms. Come through. I see you, Michelle Brown. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Because at the end of the day, I feel like when we see this kind of genuine coming forth and telling it like it T-I-Z-Tis, I would not be standing here today if it was not for the Black community. Listen, all day long, I'm gonna tell you what she's gonna get from me. That's what she's gonna get from me, y'all. That's what she's gonna get from me. Now, you got the other side of the Black community that has come out very violently and vocally against this stream, against this clip, making the allegation that what have you done for us to change the community? Even her standing on the platform and saying what she just said. I see you, Pastor Baloo. I thank you, sir. The attack that has come from the Black community, and listen, no cream, no sugar. I'm gonna tell it like a T-I-Z-Tis. I feel like while we want to fume and we want to say we want some change, we want you all to, as white people, to come in and acknowledge this woman did that, and we still find her getting the beat down. What else? What else can we do? So I've seen people say, what have you done to get out there and actively do da 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 da? And I really, now I held my tongue. This is Yes You O Cubed, and listen, we talks about everything, and so like it TIZ, no cream, no sugar, we take the coffee strong and black. And I just want to talk to the black folks that's out here beating this woman down. I just want to know, while you're beating her down, about what have you actively gone out here and done for the black community. She's actively standing there and acknowledging the impact that black folks have had on her life. And I want to say to those same black folks that are charging her and saying you haven't done anything, I want to ask them, what have you done for your own people? Y'all get on these streams, y'all get in these chats, y'all got all of this to say, but when stuff comes up, come on, Pastor Baloo, just jealous. When stuff comes up to give you an opportunity to speak, when stuff comes up to give you an opportunity to do something, I get crickets. Listen, I get literally, this is what you give me. Oh, it's Yes You O Cubed, and y'all don't have to agree with me, but listen, I'm going to take this no cream, no sugar, because I saw that and I heard that, and I was like, what in the whole heaven and earth do you want this woman to do? These are some issues, and these are some areas. They not ready, Teresa. They not ready. These are some issues in some areas. If we talk about racial healing, and if we're talking about coming back together, what do you want this woman to do? You want her to kiss the pinkest part. That's what you want. You want her to kiss the pinkest part, and she doesn't need to do it, because at the end of the day, this woman has genuinely and sincerely come out. She is now the lead pastor at the Potter's House in Frisco, Texas, I understand. And at the end of the day, she was in Raleigh, and the people of Raleigh, I'm talking about the black people in Raleigh, said, we want her back, because the impact that she had here in Raleigh was outstanding. She was in Detroit. The people in Detroit are saying, we want her back. She did an outstanding job here in Detroit. She's now in Frisco. This woman is standing on a platform, and she's out here putting the love. She's out here. What else do you want this woman to do? I'm just trying to get an understanding. And this is to my black brothers and my black sisters, because some of y'all are just too much. You're just too much. You're just too much. What have you done? And that's the place that I look and I say, and somebody came in and said, she taught us how to give her our money. She taught us how to give her our money. I'm telling you, the comments that I read, the attack that I saw come out against this woman, I just could not believe the stuff that I was reading in the comments. Somebody said, if you mean all of that, cut the check and give us some reparations. Listen. In Paris, Texas, the Caucasians helped me. Come on. I hear you, Pastor. I hear you. Your own was beating you down. That's what I'm talking about, Pastor Baloo. Now, y'all ready for me? Hey, Joanne, 98, come on in the room, sick. Bless. Fresh start Friday to you. Fairly all day, they are over the top. I see you, Mish 8. Come on in the room. That's my girl. She's cooking for you. If you're not following her, I want y'all to follow Mish 8, because honey, she will cook you right on. She will cook you right on into the heavens. Your ministry in that town was for all people, not just black. Come through, Pastor Baloo. I love it. Now, this is where I'm going to take us to task, because again, at the end of the day, I have to call, good morning, Crazy Berry Town. Come on in here, sis. I appreciate you. She is a streamer. She is the other part of Good Grief you all heard me talking about earlier in the room. Y'all come on and support her. If you're not following Crazy Berry Town, please follow her. I just had to, when I played this for the purpose of allowing you all to see her comments that have now come under vehement attack by black folk. by black folk. And I'm looking and I'm saying to black folk, because listen, I've been on the dogged out end from black folk. So I'm like, what in the world are y'all doing? What are you saying? Where are you coming from? Where is your head at? And at the end of the day, come on, Kim Possible, people need to leave her alone. That's my thing. People need to leave her, especially if you ain't doing nothing. One person cannot solve the whole problem of racism, but she has repeatedly, not just now, she has been, and sometimes the only one of very few white people that have come out and stood for black folk. And I'm like, if you got a sister that's out here standing up and speaking and showing up, why, oh why would you bloody her and beat her down? I just can't get no understanding. Y'all make it make sense to me, because I can't get it. I can't get it. I just can't get it. Listen, you don't know her, Tall Plumps, but if she can get them to cut the check, or she is uplifting black folk and recognizing the truth, God bless her. And that's all I'm saying, Tall Plumps. I can't say that I know her personally either. I have followed her ministry for years. She was first known as a singer, and her husband was more in the forefront, but she has over the years become more and more prominent and more dominant. And sometimes I feel like that's because, Tall Pumps, she's been out here talking and opening her mouth and saying stuff, which has brought a lot of attention to her, and her ministry in her own right has been flourishing and coming forth. And I'm like, why, oh why are we out here beating this woman down? And what is it that you want her to do? Good morning, Barbara Hardy. Come on in. That's my sis. These are they. She is that in the room. So this is where I say, I see you. I see you fairly all day. Let you go back in alert mode before you got to clown. Baby, I just want to know, what more can she do? What more can she do? And at the end of the day, Cheryl Brady, Crazy Brown, Crazy Berry Town. I'm talking about Cheryl Brady because I played a clip that she's catching all kind of hell for this clip of her sermon that she did. It came out yesterday, and you know, well, let me say this: a lot of black folk have rejected the video and have rejected her, and I'm like, y'all listen. And I'm gonna say this once more and again: everywhere this woman has gone, and I feel like this, for people that haven't followed her ministry, for people that don't know anything about her, for people that are giving her side eye just because she's white, I just have to say, and I have to call a spade, you need to check your ugly heart. You need to check your ugly heart. Because if you're not going to do the work and find out about her, if you're not going to go back and share her experience in her journey and look at video footage, look at clips, somebody said, I'm waiting for the day there's probably a clip that's getting ready to come out like Paula Deen. I'm like, y'all just looking for nasty stuff. You're just looking for opportunities, anything and everything that you can come up with. I'm sure there's a clip somewhere of her talking like Paula Deen. You know, these are the times that try men's souls. And this is the kind of behavior that tries my soul. We talk and we scream and we holler and we complain. And when somebody comes out and does exactly what we've asked for things to be done, and out of her heart, not because we asked it, but because she's talking out of her heart and sharing what she really feels, and we shoot her down in the street like a dog. I'm like, now you really need to check your listen. I saw so much as somebody said, y'all need to go back and read your Bible. The Bible told us not to mix with them. This was black talking about white. The Bible told us not to mix with them. Did you hear the words that come out of my mouth? Listen. That's what one of our good black Christians said. Y'all need to go back and read your Bible because the Bible tells us not to mix with them. Now, y'all ain't ready for me, but that just makes me all kind of angry. That makes me all kinds of irritated. that makes me all kind of fill in the blank with any kind of negative comment you can put in there. Because listen, beloved, that's the same insanity that white folk been saying about black folk that are supremacists and hate mongers and all of that. When have we now turned around as black folk coming out saying the same dastardly stuff? And yes, I said it. It's dastardly. You don't get a pass just because you're black. You don't get a pass just because we got the same melanin. You don't get a pass. And at the end of the day, could it be? Could it be? The devil. Baby, that ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. So at the end of the day, I heard and I read these comments, y'all, and I looked at this outpouring of black folk. Now, if you got a witness and you got a testimony of something we don't know and you can testify to the truth, and it's true, come on with it. But all I can say is that the people that talked about her and everything I've ever seen from her ministry is one that says she has taken up the cause for black folk. That's all I've ever seen from this woman down through the years. And for her to come under this attack and this fire because she got up and said what I wish a whole lot of other white evangelicals would get up and say. She got up and said what I feel was an attempt to be able to speak something towards reconciliation and healing, to acknowledge the impact that black folks and black ministry has had in her life. She got up and said that, and we're shooting her down like a dog. I just don't have any respect for that. I don't have any respect for that. And I'm gonna say, I said what I said. The fact that you're black does not give you a pass in my book to come out with that kind of vehement attack against somebody. Now, if something comes up, and if I said it again, if you got some evidence, if you got some proof, but I'm telling you, every place that she has gone, the people where she has served and the people that she has led and fed faithfully are coming out in 100% support that this woman is genuine, this woman is real, and they don't have no negativity to speak of her. They have no ill, and yet and still folks that don't know her are ripping her to shreds. To me, Houston, there is a problem. Fairly All Day, I see you. She's been working in women's ministry, specifically black women, for years, and she's been giving amazing contributions. I see you. I see you, Fairly All Day. I see you. And I can't do nothing but give her, listen, she gets props from me. She gets props from me. Cheryl Brady, you get props from Spiritual Thought Leader. And in spite of all of these black folk and naysayers that are coming out dogging and ragging you and saying all manner of evil against you, what appears to be falsely, I just want to say, I'm in your corner. When people show you who they are, believe them. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm just like, and then I heard somebody that was really trying to be all, well, and this, all of these are black folks talking. These are black folks talking. And the ones I wasn't sure, I went out and looked at their profiles so I could see. And then one of them I know for sure. I know him personally. And he's going to come in talking about she's helping to sow discord in the brotherhood because she shouldn't be talking about black church, white church. It's just one church. Sit your lips, your hips, and your fingertips down, sir. She's sowing discord among the brethren because she's talking about what the black church has done for her. You're ignorant. You, sir, are ignorant. I don't care, and I know you personally, and you're a pastor, but you're ignorant. Sit down and shut up, because at the end of the day, she is not sowing discord amongst the brethren, and you and your 5 members over there at your church with your crazy self, you gonna come on and because you got an opportunity to say something from Kansas City on a national platform through the chat. chat. Sit your lips, hips, and fingertips down. She's not sowing discord amongst the brethren because she's talking about a black church contribution to her life. I just can't, y'all. Y'all getting spiritual thought leaders righteous indignation today, because I just can't, folks. I just can't. What are we doing? Come on, tall pumps. You think we have to realize that white folks don't choose their race no more than we did? Ali, all of them aren't bad, like all black folks aren't such and such. This is the thing. You got to take people on their personal merits. If this woman, when people show you who they are, believe them. If this woman has repeatedly and consistently, that's what we talked about yesterday, consistency. This woman has consistently stood and spoken out, even when everybody else was crickets and saying nothing. This woman has spoken out for people of color, stood up for people of color, done everything, even before she had son-in-laws that were black. Even before that, she was already in a mindset and in a mode of standing up for black folk. And at the end of the day, to see this kind of character assassination by black people against her just because the woman is white, I'ma tell you what, No ma'am, no sir. No ma'am, no sir. You
shall not pass.
And with that, I want to say, check your heart, check your spirit, check your whatever you want to call it. Check yourself. Check yourself, people. Check yourself, because that's ugly. UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. That's ugly. And you're not gonna do it in the name of God. You're not gonna. Listen, baby, when I read that one, come on, Kim Possible, lies, Pastor Ballou, these jealous pastors just want her position and they're small-minded. Come on, Pastor Ballou, because at the end of the day, and especially, I looked at this black pastor, and listen, I'm gonna have to whisper you after this is over, because you know the brother I'm talking about. And I thought you got your lips, hips, and fingertips up here on a national platform, and you think this is your opportunity to shine, and you ain't did nothing but make yourself look ignorant. Ignorant. She's sowing discord amongst the brother, and there's no black church, white church. God just got one church. Sit down somewhere. And all you did from a spiritual perspective was the same as all lives matter, just from the church. Ooh, I'm telling you, with your ignorant self. And I said ignorant. And I'm not saying it in the way that other folks may mean when they say derogatory. I'm talking about uninformed, unintelligent. You're ignorant. That was ignorant. Ignorance in full view. Ooh, Teresa, I'm talking about Cheryl Brady. I'm talking about Cheryl Brady and the video that came out yesterday of her sharing. And so at the end of the day, I'm looking. Listen, we're melanated, but everybody's melanated. It's just different amounts of it. Come on, DJ T-Rail. It's stupid. It's stupid. I wish I could find this one comment that this chick made. Come on, people. Read your Bibles. The Bible told us not to mix. Oh, y'all too churchy for me. Y'all too twisted for me. Y'all too evil and wicked in the name of God for me. You're just too much for me. Read your Bibles. The Lord told us not to mix. Listen, you know, and at the end of the day, when these are the churches that y'all going to, and these are the people that you're listening to for your spiritual growth and your spiritual enlightenment and your spiritual food, listen, I just don't even know it. Diablo on the case. I'm telling you, Crazy Berry Town. Diablo on. Listen, could it be? Could it be? The devil. Y'all can try to make that God all day long, but that ain't nothing but the devil. And I said it and I won't take it back. I said exactly what I meant, and I meant what I said. And as Nene Leakes said, I said what I said. And I'm not going to take it back. And for anybody that's bent out of shape about it, I'm going to invite you. You go look at her track record. You go back and watch her videos. You go back and listen to her teaching and her preaching. And this, I want to say not just about her, but about anything. Y'all stop putting your mouths on people that you know nothing about them. You probably done got some hearsay from somebody that's ignorant and ill-informed, and then you done went out and started repeating and regurgitating something that you heard, but you don't have the facts. And at the end of the day, you're wicked. I don't care what you call it. It's wickedness. Listen, truck driver told me, calm down and drink some water and turn my water into wine. Listen, this right here, truck driver, I'm trying to get y'all to understand. This is the kind of insanity that we do against people, and then we want to snot and cry and holler and talk about how we're being mistreated. And some of us, some of the same ones will get up and start mistreating other people, and all day long, it's not right. Y'all see the devil still up there. Diablo is loose, and his twin brother Beelzebub. Everything is up in this. Y'all done got quiet on me, but I'm talking real good. And at the end of the day, because listen, it's easy for us to come in and have wonderful conversation when we want to talk about how white people are being racist against us and all of this negativity, and we are still being oppressed and we're still being beat down. But we don't want to acknowledge our own stinky stuff. Your stuff stinks when you do it too. So at the end of the day, this is my opportunity to talk to black folks for show, because this stinks and it's ugly, and I'm talking to black folks. So you're not gonna call me down any more than if I was talking about white folks doing it against black folks. I'm talking about black folks doing it against white folks, and it's still wrong. Ooh, y'all quiet in here. It's the scared thinking, Mish. This is a scare that white people get in and steal and attack. It's also some of the whites who truly try to understand the struggle. She's trying to understand the struggle. It's the trust thing and the actions that shows more than the words. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? If we don't heal this, and y'all can go on jumping and shouting and speaking in tongues all you want to, if we don't heal this, we're hypocrites. By this shall all men know that you're my disciples, the way that you have loved one toward another, one for another. I'm still gonna get down and I'm gonna speak against any kind of white supremacy, any kind of privilege, any kind of inequality, any kind of system where the marginalized are being beat down. But I'm also gonna talk about black folk that are being mean and nasty towards white folks that are trying to help the cause. I'm gonna talk about you too. Y'all ain't ready for me. Anything white, I don't like it. Well, then you're racist. I said it, and I meant what I said. Ooh. Listen, Pastor Blue, pastors right here in Kansas City ain't did a thing. And you know, the one that got on this platform and got to talking, I thought to myself, and I ain't heard you say and do nothing. Just raise my blood pressure. Because listen, wrong is wrong. I don't care who's doing it. Wrong is wrong. Woo, y'all ain't ready for me. So at the end of the day, the eagle is landed, and so have I. One more time for Cheryl Brady, BTD mom. One more time for Cheryl Brady, because listen, she did that thing. She did that thing. She did that thing. And yes, I took the time to talk about it, because I'm going to call ugly, ugly. And listen, when we're ugly, I'm going to call it what it is. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black, because I tells it like it T-I-Z, tis. And when black folks do ugly, I'm going to talk about ugly that black folks do too. Ooh. Oh, God don't like ugly. That's what they said. And he ain't too fond of pretty either. That's what the old folks said. Come on, Pastor Baloo. Teresa, sit down. Take all the seats. I need you to sit down somewhere. And listen, this is what I want to say to black folks that are like, well, you know, I understand. You understand when people are doing wrong against somebody else and you want to give in and give them a concession. No, ma'am, no, sir. If the same way you want folks to stand up for right one way, you want folks to stand up for right the other way. It's two sides. It cuts both ways, baby. You can't have it on this side, but don't have it on the other side. We gotta stop that, y'all. We gotta stop that. Sit down, the Rebel Inc. Sit down. We cannot abide this. And I thought to myself, y'all got pastors sleeping with all the women in your church at the same time. Y'all got folk out here giving birth to babies by their concubines. Yes, I said concubines. The concubines and all of these women. Y'all got folk that's robbing you blind and taking your money. And you gonna come in here and talk about this woman, she's taking your money. Listen, some of the pastors at the church that you sitting at right now taking your money and robbing you blind and with your eyes wide open. And they've done nothing for you in the cause of moving forward for freedom and liberty and justice for all for black people. They found a plantation that they can run as the slave master and do black on black slavery. Don't play me up in here. You better ask somebody. I said it. We've learned how to have black on black slavery. And y'all go sit your lip sips and your fingertips in those churches every Sunday and don't say a word. You don't say a mumbling word. You see him coming out of your neighbor's house, coming out, putting his clothes on and everything else. You don't say a word. And you keep going to the church. Y'all ain't ready for me. And you know full well they got babies everywhere. You don't want me to get on that. America's favorite black evangelist, he got babies all over the countryside, and y'all still go to his conferences. You ain't ready for me. But you want to talk about this woman and drag her like a rag doll. Have all the seats. UGLY, you ain't got no alibi. You ugly. That's what I said, Twana's Twitch. That's one of my old high school cheers, if anybody wants to know. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, right is right. And if you gonna cry out against her, and now folks looking for skeletons in her closet, like the one said, if we go back and dig, we'll probably find a video of her saying something like Paula Deen. You gonna go back and scrutinize and hunt and peck and try to find something to talk about this woman when you got ministers right there in the black community, male and female, that you know they doing all kind of nasty and dastardly stuff, and it's right out there in broad open daylight, and you ain't saying diddly squat. I know I said something. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, Crazy Berrytown. Good morning, DJ Stacy Blessed One. So much love coming to you, sister. And listen, she is a streamer and she will bless your whole life if you're not following her. Please do. That's racism, BTD Mom. That's racism. And so at the end of the day, while people want to play this little game and it's not in me, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Crazy Berrytown said it right there. So I read that, and yes, I have a true passion and a fire because I genuinely feel like this woman has really tried her best in every way she can to stand up on behalf of the black community. And now that they found this that she has said on the other day and put it out here on the internet just so they can tear her down, to me, that's as ugly and mean and nasty and surly as you can be. And I played the video because I wanted you to see the video. You may hear about folks talking about it. I wanted you to see the video. And at the end of the day, she still gets all of my applause. She does. So, you know, it's ignorant, Pastor Baloo. It's ignorant. Listen, it's just flat out nasty fairly all day. And I know you have followed her ministry as well. This is wrong on all levels, Teresa Jones. And at the end of the day, this is where I'm saying to ourselves, to us, come on, the lesson of the day, don't put your mouth on people. Don't put your mouth on people. And I said this, and Kim Possible, I know you've been following her ministry as well. This is what I said, and this is it's a twofold process, Mish. It's a twofold process. This is where I said, you know, even if you saw somebody do something wrong, and I'm not talking about concessions or whatever, you may have caught them on a day where they were having an off day. So, you know, instead of taking that snapshot where that picture is that same, it never changes. I need you to move your life into video. I need you to move at a higher frequency because people change. But this is what I want to say about Cheryl Brady from everything that I've seen her down through the years. I've never, ever seen her be pretentious. I've never seen anything that remotely speaks of racism. I've always seen her stand up for people of color, especially black people. And it just hurt my heart to see this come out against her. I'm not lying. It hurt my heart. And then I said, what kind of people are we? What kind of monsters are we becoming? Because that is not who we are. Woo, come on, y'all. I'm just trying to talk. Because I want you to think about this stuff. I want you to think about this. Kim, it took a great humility for her to stand before her congregation and say all that she said. And I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. And Kim Possible, for real, can you imagine how the white supremacists, you know, we think about it from this standpoint. The white supremacists and the white privileged establishment, do you know how mad and angry they were for her taking that stand publicly and saying what she said? Can you imagine how that angered them? Can you imagine how ticked off they were? Can you imagine how she has now distanced herself even farther from the status quo for making that stand in front of her congregation? And we don't stop to think about that. What has this woman put in jeopardy for herself and her own reputation with her people? I'm just trying to tell you. Fairly all day, you need to get to your office. The stand that she took has put her on the outs with her people. It ain't just, and then the people that you trying to help come out and slash and dash. I can't, I'm not having it. I'm just not having it. And yes, I'm going to talk about it. And yes, I'm going to say it with the vim, the vigor, and the anger and the ire that I have when I talk about it in reverse. When it's white on black, I'm going to talk about it when it's black on white because it's nasty. Whew. Okay, I think I got that out of my shondo. But I had to talk about it because that hurt my heart. That hurt my heart. That hurt my heart. And I ain't for doing anybody wrong. I don't care what color you are. I'm not for doing anybody wrong. And it really hurts me when I see black people do it. Yes, I said it. My Nene Leakes voice. I said what I said. Yes, I said it. It hurts my heart. Come on, BTD mom. Just because you're black doesn't mean you're not racist. Hating any race just because of the race is racism. And we got to start dealing with some stuff up in here, y'all. Because it needs to come out of all of us. Thank you for the biddies, BTD mom. It needs to come out of all of us. Nobody gets a pass on racism. I don't care what your ethnicity. I don't care what the melanin level in your skin is. Nobody gets a pass on racism. Kim Possible, they will excuse the bad behavior of their own pastor and crucify other folks for speaking their truth. And that's all I'm saying on that, Kim. And you know you telling the truth. Because now, I can almost say there is not one black person in here that you don't know, even if it ain't your church. You know a church probably in your neighborhood where the pastor ain't right, and ain't none of y'all talking about that pastor. Ain't none of y'all getting up out of them churches and going someplace else. Ain't none of y'all stop giving your money, your your tithes and your offering. Ain't none of y'all doing that, and some of y'all ain't saying nothing other than whispering and gossiping on the telephone, but ain't nobody crucifying them like y'all crucifying this woman just because she's white. It ain't right. It's not right. It's not right. Put your crumble dollar in the basket, and you know he's a whole whore. You know she's a whole. Y'all, listen, I'm just going to tell it like it T-I-Z-Tis. No cream, no sugar. We taking this coffee strong and black because I'm telling it like it T-I-Z-Tis. You know they a whole pedophile. You know they a whole pedophile meddling with all the little boys and all the little girls in your church. I'm telling you, y'all know it's the truth, and you won't say nothing, but you want to crucify this woman. I said what I said. And they keep going to that church, Twanna's Twitch. Keep right on going. Your lips, hips, and your fingertips are still sitting in that pew, and you know. And listen, I had to really bite my tongue on the one that said something today, because I said, you know you a whole garden utensil. You know you a whole garden utensil. And you gonna come in here talking about she's breeding racism and division. Lord Jesus, please help me. Let me get some water. I got you. I got you, truck driver. Let me get some water. Lord, please turn this water into wine, because I need a drink. I need a drink. Not a one of them says a thing fairly all day, and they know it's going on and keep going to church. Keep going to that same church. Lights. Uh-oh, Royal Confessions came out again. Camera. Bull. That's exactly what it is. It's that brown stuff. And this is what I'm going to tell you. If you not going to wipe your tail, if you not going to wipe your own behind and get the bull out of your own church, y'all stop talking about this woman that's trying to help you. You wipe your own tail and get your own brown stuff together. But stop talking about this woman that's trying to help you. Y'all like, Lord Jesus, I thought this was a Fresh Start Friday. It is, because I want us to stop the madness and the racism that goes either direction. I'm not for it. And there you have it. Tall Pump stay quiet as a church mouse. Sat down like you been. So listen, at the end, the plank in their own eye, the plank, the moat, the beam in their own eye. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't know this woman. All I can tell you is that I have followed her ministry, and I see nothing. In all of these years, I've seen nothing for which she got crucified for this statement. I don't, and I'm gonna say it. I find no fault in this woman. Now, I'm not her personal friend. I ain't all up in her face, but I ain't seen nothing about this woman to talk about. And we done crucified her. And I'm just saying, it's wrong. Woo, come on, y'all. I love you, Stacy. I love you. You have a blessed weekend, too. Wait a minute now. Sometimes a mouth on. Let me sit down. Never mind. Come on, Fairly. You neither have you. I in all of these years of ministry, and she has many, many years. And I know I'm taking a little extra time on this morning, but I'm talking to black folk that's out here beating this woman down. And I just want to call a spade a spade. It's wrong. Either way it cuts, it's wrong. Whew. All right, she is a lion, and so she is one of us. And you are exactly right, BTD Mom. She is a lion, and she is one of us. If your respect is relegated to the amount of melanin in somebody's skin, you're on the wrong side of this thing. We were raised to respect everybody, Teresa. You respect everybody. And you don't give up until somebody shows you something. When you show me something different, then I'm gonna believe something different. But as far as just a matter of just because with no foundation, no ma'am, no sir. Oh, I see my numbers dropping, but you know what? I don't care, because I know I'm in the house today. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling it like like a T-I-Z, tiz. And for everybody that's mad, and for everybody that feel like you got to get your lips, hips, and your fingertips up out of here because you mad at what I said, I planted a seed in your mind. I tell people all the time, I'm a disruptor. That's what I do. I disrupt. And at the end of the day, if I hit anything that's not anchored down and it's shaky when the wind starts blowing and the earth starts shaking, if it's shaky and it can't stand on its own, baby, I intend to disrupt it, and I intend to disrupt it on purpose. So you're gone now. Maybe you'll think about it and come back tomorrow. But if you don't come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day, you heard me. You heard what I said when I said what I said. Some people are not ready for Jesus, God, love, and peace, compliments, joy, anything right, because they stuck like Chuck. Chuck needs to get unstuck with all that negative junk. And that's all I'm trying to tell you, because at the end of the day, we cannot go to the place of victory that we're destined to go. When we talk about boss energy and everything else, if there's nasty lurking around in our hearts, we got to take note of that, and we're accountable for that. We are accountable for that. And there you have it. We really funny about second chances in our community, but we will give second chances. Come on here, Mish. Come on here. Exactly, with 20 churches on a 2-block radius and ain't nobody doing nothing for nobody. Good morning, KB Browns. Come on and get your coffee cup out, because, baby, I'm running them out the door today. The numbers are still dropping, and I ain't mad, because at the end of the day, I know everything I said on this stream today was the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And at the end of the day, you know how I say it. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because I tells it like a T-I-Z, tiz. And at the end of the day, if you can't stand the truth when I say truth to you, and it's about your people, then you, like I said earlier, need to check your heart. You shall know the truth. I'm on here, KB Brown. And the truth hurts, and I ain't mad about it. I'm not mad about it. So there you have. There you have it. I think I may have made somebody bad when I start talking about y'all sitting up in them churches with them pastors that you know is a whole garden utensil. And you know they a whole garden utensil. And you're still going to their church. People don't want to hear the truth, Teresa. And at the end of the day, I'm a truth teller. At the end of the day, I am a disruptor. And I want us to do, come on, we must do righteously. You all hear so many times when Cassandra comes in and says, roar righteously. We got to roar righteously. And that righteous roar, it hits on both sides, beloved. It hits on both sides. Come on. It hits on both sides, DJ T-Rail. It hits on both sides. So if I disturb the peace today, that's okay. If that's what your peace was anchored in, reverse racism, that ain't no peace. Whew. All right. Now let me get to my word of the day, since I done ran half the folk up out of here. Numbers were dropping like flies, y'all. Numbers were dropping like flies. But I know I'm telling the truth, and ain't no shame in my game. And as my uncle said, I'll add to it before I take it back. Now, as we get on, we've been talking, now this that I talked about today, I've been all week talking about the little foxes that destroy the vine. This is some of the little fox that destroys the vine. When you got a beam in your eye, and you, listen, you got a little bit splinter in your eye, and somebody else got a whole tree hanging out of their eye. Those are the little foxes that destroy the vine. When you're racist and you don't want to deal with your racism, but you want everybody else to look at the racism that's being done against you, those are the little foxes that will destroy your vine. Baby, because it's all about getting yourself together. And I know I'm speaking the truth, BTD mom. I know I'm speaking the truth. So that's why I'm not going to back up. I'm not going to hang my head. I'm not going to shut my mouth. I'm not going to shut it down. I don't feel no shame in my game, because at the end of the day, we are guilty of some of the same stuff we're alleging against everybody else. Sweep around your own back door before you try to sweep around mine. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that. I know that got a little rough. But listen, I'm telling the truth, the truth will come out. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, I appreciate everybody that hung on through my dissertation and my rant and my rave. Let them leave. I'm stepping on toes, Teresa. I know I am. I know I'm stepping on toes. I know and I don't care. I don't care. That's probably why I am the person that I am and the calling that I have on my life that I have, because I don't care. I don't care. I'm not intimidated. I don't have a spirit of fear. I don't have a spirit of intimidation. And I don't care whosoever you are. I don't care the religious faith, the affiliation, and the denomination. I don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And there you have it. Now, again, all this week, KB Browns, we've been talking about the little foxes destroying the vine. Yesterday, we talked about consistency. And this is an area where we must be consistent, even when we start talking about racism and racial issues, when we start talking about justice, when we start talking about equity and inequity. Listen, while I'm here, since I done made the folks mad already, it's inequitable. It's inequity when the pastor's riding around in the finest car and a jet, and the people at the church are poor. That's not equity. Y'all ain't ready for me. Since I already, good morning, Wanda Visions, LaWanda Baskerville, Miracles, Signs, and Wonders is in the house. Come on in here. Come on in here. So good to have you. Girl, I done emptied the house out before you got here, so you might hear crickets. This conversation today, Wanda, it may not have gone over too good with some folk, but that's okay. We're still here, and welcome to you. There are some people that can't handle the truth, Kim Possible, and it's okay, because the only way you're going to prosper is from dealing in truth, and that's a word for anybody. If you want to prosper and you want to go to the next level, you're going to have to deal in truth, even when you're dealing with yourself, especially when you're dealing with yourself. You got to deal in truth. Now, yesterday we talked about consistency and the reality that you must be consistent. And even as I used the Rebel Inc. as an example, I could say, my sisters, consistency. You see these opportunities to watch people that flow and operate in consistency, where you can trust them. You can just go ahead and put your confidence and your faith in whatever they're doing, because they have proven and shown themselves to be consistent. And as I said on yesterday, it's not even about the tortoise and the hare. Sometimes, I'm going to come back and say the story, the moral to the story. That's what we used to say. The moral to the story of the tortoise and the hare. It's not about how fast you jump out of the gate, but can you be consistent to, even if you are the slow one in the race, just be consistent and do your thing. We've talked about tardiness and the impact that being late and always showing up are not on time. Baby, there's an issue with that. We're looking at all different areas within ourselves to say, what must I do and what do I need to do to come to another level? I want to talk about distractions today and just getting distracted. You know what? And this is something that even as we talk about, I've shared this many times. As a child, our church, where my father pastored before me, the church was 100 miles one way, and we drove that. I was taking that ride when I was in my mother's womb, and I took that ride after my father fell ill. I took over that ministry and pastored there. And so that ride, I knew that ride almost with my eyes closed, as we would say. But this is one thing that I learned, and this is something I want to say about distractions, because listen, some of you all, you can't really make the progress that you want to make with your boss energy because you're always distracted by something. There's always something to distract your attention. Have you ever tried to talk to somebody on the telephone and they're constantly distracted? It just makes you want to go ahead and hang up the phone. I'm done talking. You're just so distracted. Call me when you're not distracted. You're getting on my nerves. I don't have time to waste while you hollering at the kids and you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that. I don't have time for that. Goodbye. Call me later. Well, this is what I learned about the issue. Come on, Michelle Brown. Our little foxes. 1, be on time. 2, consistency. And today we talking about distractions. This is where I want us to understand. Good morning, Bearded Baritone. He is a streamer. If you're not following him, please follow Bearded Baritone. He will bless your whole life with that voice and everything else. Now, this is what I want to say about that. Distractions. This came to me. I rode that ride from my mother's womb, and so I knew the routes, and I understood I could either go straight shot up 7 will take me straight from my house right on up to White Cloud. I knew if I wanted to go 29, I could do 29 36. Then they put in a 229, so I could take 29 229 36 7. I could take whatever different route. I could come in on 75 if I wanted to come in from Atchison and come up. I knew all of those different routes, but this is what I want you to understand. Even though I knew the route and I knew how to get there, I was not going to get lost. I knew the journey, had done it so many times. Like I said, I could almost do it with my eyes closed. This is what I want you to understand about distractions. You can know the route, be on the right path, be on the right way to get there, but if you get distracted and stay distracted long enough, you will not only hurt yourself, you have the potential to hurt somebody else too. What are you saying, spiritual thought leader? You drive down I-29, and that's why they keep telling y'all, put your cell phones down while you're driving, because it becomes a distraction. All you need to do is stay distracted long enough, and it doesn't take but a half a second. It doesn't take but a millisecond. It doesn't require that you be distracted for a long span of time. I want you to understand, all it takes is for you to be distracted at the wrong time in the wrong place, and it can be deadly. And this is what I want you to understand about your boss energy. I want you to understand that at the point that you are distracted with your boss energy, and these are the distractions that come. Somebody didn't like you. Who cares if somebody didn't like you? They talking about me. Who cares if they talking about? Baby, somebody got on the internet and told the people I was a witch. Yes, they did. They got on the internet and said, she's a witch. Do you think I'm gonna get distracted by that? No, I'm not. You cannot be distracted, because at the end of the day, I want you to understand this. Distractions will cause you to wreck your car, wreck your vehicle, wreck your travel to your place of destination. You're on the right path. You're on the right highway. You're taking all the right turns, but you're distracted. I need some of you to stop being distracted. The next shiny object that seems to catch your attention, and the next thing you know, you're looking over here, and then, oh, well, let me try that, and then something else. Oh, well, let me try that. Let me try. Baby, I need you to get a plan. I need you to write the vision and make it plain. I tell people all the time, if you can't write your vision so that it's plain to you, thank you, Peace Truck. Come on in here, and thank you for following, and welcome to the Lion's Den. So much love to you. If you cannot get down and write your plan, write the vision and make it plain so that he that reads it can run well. If you confused and your plan doesn't make sense to you, how are you going to communicate it to the people that want to follow you? You do have some people that want to follow you. And listen to me when I say this. Everybody has a congregation. What do you mean when you say that, STL? There's somebody that is attracted to you and the way that you flow and the way that you operate. There's somebody that you are their kindred spirit, and y'all can hook up and y'all make sense to each other. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. You can just sense it with no talking, or you can look at each other and just that look says everything it needs to say. Or sometimes it's that place where nobody, you know each other so well, nobody says anything, but by what's going on in the environment, you know what that other person is thinking, and they know what you're thinking. When you find that kindred spirit and they have read the vision that you've written and you made it plain, and they know how to follow the path, that's when you start moving in your boss energy and begin to move in a level of power that makes a difference, because you have influence. Everybody say influence. I want your life, when you don't have influence, hear me when I say this, when you don't don't have some level of influence, you are not empowered. Hear me, hear me, hear me. When you can't influence a cockroach, when you can't influence a fly, when you can't influence anybody in the journey to understand and comprehend the vision that God has given you, you are rendered impotent and powerless. Why do I say that? Because at the end of the day, this vision isn't just for you. Your creative genius isn't just for you. Your creative genius is for the people that you pastor. And when I talk about pastoring, I'm not talking about a building and four walls and folks falling out. I'm talking about people understanding where you're coming from and saying, I like the way you think. I like the idea that you have. I like the path that you're taking. I want to go that same route and check it out with you. That's influence, Kim Possible. You should have a sphere of influence with people that are in your circle. I'm gonna say that again. You should have a sphere of influence with people that are in your circle. Why do you find yourself impotent and without influence? I'm gonna tell you that I contend many times it's the little foxes that have destroyed your vine. Why your influence is no longer there? Because you're always late. Why your influence is no longer there? Because you're inconsistent. Why your influence is no longer there? We don't know if you're gonna show up, if you're gonna be tardy for the party. We don't know what to expect. Are you gonna show up, period? You are not going to be able to influence anybody in that sphere if you're still letting the little foxes destroy your vine. If you still got a level of racism and lack of integrity and inequality and inequities that you still, I'll say something about this, but I won't say anything about that. When I know that you're not going to be consistent all the way across the board, I can't trust you. If you're going to show favoritism here and say nothing over there, I can't trust you. If you got different areas where you're varied in how you respond and who you respond to, you can get away and do everything damnable under the sun, but I'm going to scrutinize you under a microscope over there. I can't trust you. And when you allow those little foxes to destroy your vine, when you allow those distractions, I don't care. Listen, there are folk that have all kind of, some of y'all gender issue distracted. You know, it's like if it's this gender, then, and listen, I've seen, and y'all know I'm telling the truth. I've seen where boys can get away with anything, and I'm talking about with females, and then the girls, yeah, they own you like white on rice, like ugly on an ape, like roaches on a piece of meat. They all over you, and it's like, how do you have this variance that you're doing one thing with this gender, and they can do everything damnable under the sun, but these sisters can't do nothing. They can't breathe. They in the girdle. They all girdled up. I'm looking and I'm saying, baby, your sphere of influence is going to shrink because I can't trust you to have balance. Come on here. I can't trust you to have temperance. I can't trust you to be able to figure this out and weigh it out equally and fairly and equitably and with justice and with right thinking. I can't trust you. So anytime we get distracted by all of these little foxes that are just running around, I mean, they just running around like little, they after your vine. They just after your vine, the whole vine, your divine. Yes, they're after not just the whole vine, they're after your divine, because what God has given you is divine. So this is where I want you to recognize it's those little foxes that come in and start destroying your divine. I'm going to change that. Yes. I just heard that in my spirit right now. It's the little foxes that are not just destroying the vine, they're destroying your divine. So I want you to pay attention and recognize I got to guard my divine. Not just my vine, but I've got to guard my divine, because what God has given me to birth forth in this earth is divine. Distractions of your mind that says, I can't do this. Distractions in your mind that says, I'm incapable. Distractions in your mind that are still struggling with low self-esteem and low thinking and negativity that you feel thinking sense about yourself. All of those are distractions that are going to work against your divine. divine. Am I talking to anybody in here? I need you to understand your divine. It's the little foxes that destroy your divine. I said divine, D-I-V-I-N-E. It's the little foxes that destroy your divine. It's divinely given to you. Now divinely use it. Divinely manifest it. Yes, manifest. 2022 is a year to manifest. I want you to manifest the divine. And we've got to stop the little foxes that keep popping up and showing and rearing their ugly little heads and eating your fruit. I've said this every day, so I'm gonna close off on Fresh Start Friday with the same thing. Your fruit is good. Your fruit is juicy. Your fruit is plump. Your fruit is sweet. Your fruit is tasty. But if the little foxes are tearing that vine up, what are you gonna send to market? What is going to market if the foxes have eaten it all up and tore it up and destroyed it and left your vine and divine ravaged? This is what I want you to pay attention to, because your boss energy wants to go forth and manifest like we've never seen on the earth before. And I'm gonna tell you what, I need you to manifest. I need you to manifest, and I need you to show the divine. I need you to manifest and show the grapes. I need you to manifest and show the healing, the wholeness. I need you to manifest the creativity. I need you to manifest that boss energy, because all of the pieces, you got a piece, you got a piece. I feel the Oprah spirit. You got the piece, you got a piece, you got everybody in here under the sound of my voice today. You've got a piece of this divine that is a part of the puzzle at whole, as at large. It has to be put together. Your piece needs to come to my piece. My piece needs to hook up with your piece. Everybody's piece needs to get in its proper position, in its proper placement. And I need you to recognize, if you're constantly distracted, you can't find your place. If you're constantly distracted, you can't find who you're supposed to be hooked up to. Some of y'all are still hooked up to the wrong folk. Some of y'all still hooked up and running after folk that can't help you on your journey, and they don't fit. You don't fit to them and they don't fit to you, but y'all try to, have you ever had a puzzle piece, that jigsaw, and you try to make that piece fit in there? I've seen folk do it time and time again. It looks close, but it's not the right piece. And folks just keep pushing and pressing and turning and doing everything they can to manipulate that piece to see, can't they get it in there? Baby, it doesn't fit. That is not the piece that goes right there, but you're distracted. Something down in your mind is telling you it can fit right here and I can make it fit. Baby, when it fits, you don't have to force nothing. When it fits, you don't have to go through all this trying to press it down and make it get in there. When it really fits, all you got to do is just put it and it'll just slide right into its place and get its position and just lay there. I want you to understand, your divine is looking to help and connect to the other divine that it's supposed to be with. Your divine is looking and searching to be a part of where it's supposed to be. We're all a part of the puzzle at large. We all belong to the bigger picture, but there's a place where you fit. I want you to stop being distracted by shiny objects. I want you to stop being distracted. Listen, there are folk that I call a mouth. They got a mouth, baby. They ain't got no fruit, but they got a mouth. I want you to stop connecting to the mouth. Listen, the mouthpiece can't do nothing for you. I want you to find your actual place in the puzzle where you fit. Stop listening to every mouth that's talking to you, because everybody ain't talking right. They know how to talk that talk, but they ain't talking right. I want you to find your place and get in it. And I need you not to be distracted. Well, they sound like, they look like. Baby, everything that glitters ain't gold, baby. Everything that glitters is not gold. I need you to stop the fool's gold, and I need you to go for real gold. And how do you find the real gold, baby? Folks that are real gold, what did he say? I've been tried in the fire, and I've come out as pure gold. And listen, folk that ain't ready to go through the fire, folk that can't stand through nothing, folk that's gonna lie, cheat, and do all manner of tactics and tricks to try to get over instead of do the right thing. Baby, that's That's not pure gold. That's fool's gold. But when you start finding, and I'm telling you, I look to my left, I look over at Royal Confessions, I see somebody that's been tried in the fire. I look over at the Rebel Inc. I see somebody that's been tried in the fire. I look over at BTD Mom. I look over at SK8843. I look over at Main Man. I see somebody that's been tried in the fire. I look out and I see all the different people, and I look at Dr. Dady Priest. I say, listen, she been tried in the fire. I look over at Crazy Berry Town, and I look and I see somebody that's been tried in the fire. I look over at Kim Possible, and I see that anything's possible with Kim Possible, and I see somebody that's been tried in the fire. Every place that I fit and everywhere I connect, I see people that have been tried in the fire, and they come out as pure gold. I need you to get pure gold, not fool's gold. And I'm here to tell you more times than not, the people that are real gold, they're going to usually be folks that been tried in the fire, and they've come out as pure gold. They've been tried in the fire, and when you look in the mirror, when you look, because you know, if you get pure gold, it'll almost become a reflection like a mirror, and you can see yourself. Baby, I'm here to tell you, when you get to those that been tried in the fire, and you see an image and a reflection that looks like you, that sounds like you, that feels like I belong here, I fit. When I can look in the mirror and I can see myself, because you've been tried in the fire and you come out as pure gold, that's when I know I fit. That's where I know I connect. That's where I can just lay down. Yes, he makes me to lay down in green pastures. That's where I can just lay down and relax. I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't have to try to see, are you going to stab me in my back? I don't have to see, are you going to talk about me like a dog? When I find somebody that's really gone through pure gold, am I talking to anybody in here? Pure gold. Woo, that's where I fit. That's where I fit. That's where I fit. Woo, that's where I fit. And that's who fits with me. I will not be distracted just because some fool's gold is over here glittering and shining. But baby, it's fool's gold. It ain't been through no fire. It hasn't passed not one test. Not one test. Will you lie? Can't pass that test. Will you be truthful to you? I can't pass that test. Will you treat me right? I can't pass that test. Will you be on time? Can't pass that test. Will you be consistent? Can't pass that test. Will you show up? Can't pass that test. Am I talking to anybody? Can't pass not near one a test, but wants to be gold. Am I talking to anybody in here? And this is where I'm telling you, this is the season, this is the hour, this is the time. No distractions, Michelle Brownell, no distractions. Don't be distracted with no fool's gold. Y'all get the real gold. Get that gold that's been tried in the fire and has proven. That's the thing. Testing and fire brings forth purification and proving. Am I talking to anybody? Baby, it's mouse out here, a dime a dozen. It's mouse out here. Mouse. They got a mouth. They got a mouth, baby. They can talk that talk. I don't need a mouth. I got my own mouth, thank you. I need gold. Pure gold. I need to see where I fit and where I belong. And I need to see who fits and who belongs with me. I'm not gonna be distracted. I'm not gonna take my eyes off the prize. I'm not gonna get caught up with the next shiny object, with the next thing that look like it's about to blow up. Listen, babies, there's some folk that are hanging on to you just because they waiting for you to blow up. They not gonna contribute. They not gonna support. They not gonna help. They just waiting on you to blow up. Am I talking to anybody in here? And you know what I call that? I call that drag. That's drag. They drag you. Because here you are going up and trying to go up, but you got somebody hanging on your shoulder. You got somebody hanging on your sleeves. You got somebody hanging on your pant leg. You got somebody hanging on your cuffs. You got somebody hanging around your neck. You got somebody sitting on top of your head. Drag, drag, just drag, y'all, just drag. But drag becomes a distraction in your life. Am I talking to anybody in here? Good morning, Lady T. Come on in here. So much love for you. drag becomes a distraction. Some of y'all need, listen, let folks walk on their own. Some of y'all carrying too many folks. You can't carry all these people. You can't carry all this stuff. It's a distraction. Your energy, that gives you the ability to do work. Your energy. I'm at the point now, I'm not going to distract my energies towards anything that's not helping me get the job done. Drop the drag. Come on, Kim Possible. You gonna give me a sermon title right there. You better preach that thing. Drop the drag. Drop the drag. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. Those folk, if they don't figure it out, and I'm talking to everybody in here that operates in codependency, you trying to save the world and help everybody. And listen, as my dear friend told me, she shook me to wake me up. Stop setting yourself on fire to keep everybody else warm. Somebody needs to hear that. Stop setting yourself on fire to keep everybody else warm. It's a distraction, baby. It's a distraction. Hear me. It's a distraction. And so as we talk about boss energy, and I'm telling you right now, I know some folk that's carrying so many people. I just see the life draining right out of them. See the life drain, the very life. I mean, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. I see the life draining right out. They're so distracted trying to save all these people in their world. And they steadily dying. Steadily. Life force, energy, just going right out. Am I talking to anybody? All my codependent folk in here, I need y'all to stop the distractions. You're too valuable. You're too valuable. I want you to value yourself. Value yourself as much as you're putting value in all these other folk that you're trying to save. And you know what? They're not trying many times to do anything other than flap and flop in the water because they know you're going to jump in there and save them. They know you're going to come to the rescue. So who cares if I jump out here in the 10 foot and I know good and well I can't swim? They going to jump in and save me. They going to come to my rescue. They going to come risk life and limb to get me out of a dangerous situation that I jumped off in the 10 foot, knowing full well I couldn't swim. But I knew full well if I jumped out and started drowning, you'd come in and save life and limb to keep me from drowning. I'm talking to somebody. Distractions. I need you to identify, and that goes in all kinds of directions. Some of y'all get in business situations with folk. Some of y'all get in business situations with business peers and partners. And baby, they're distractions. They're distractions to you. They are distractions to you, baby. They're holding you back from where you need to be. They're drag. Drop the drag. Come on, Kim Possible. You dropped the bomb on us. Drop the drag. Drop the drag. Whatever's distracting you is a drag. Drop the drag. Drop the drag, y'all. I need you to come on. It's time to do this. You've been birthed to do this. You've been gifted to do this. You've been designed and called to do this. And understand, when I talk about a calling, I'm not talking about folks being called to preach in the pulpit. No, everybody has a ministry and a group of people that God has given you a sphere of influence. I'm gonna go back to that word again. Your boss energy. At the end of the day, when your boss energy is operating in full force, you should have some influence. You shall receive power. And what is that power? Listen, y'all around here jumping and speaking in tongues and spitting and hollering and rolling in the floor. You're not influencing me one bit. As a matter of fact, some of y'all, I'm trying to get away from you because you're poor, you're wretched, you're depressed, you got negativity. All of your energy is at a low vibrational frequency. I'm trying to get away from you. I am receiving power and looking for power that has influence. You shall receive influence when you really get in that boss energy. After that boss energy has come upon you. Am I talking to anybody in here? I don't care about that other stuff. Y'all was looking the same way, acting the same way, talking the same way 10 years ago. I'm done with that. I'm just, listen, you haven't grown, you haven't increased except for your body weight, your shoe size, because you're gaining weight. Listen, you shall receive influence after boss energy comes upon you. Y'all ain't ready for me. Because then you become witnesses unto me. Not to the plate, not to the fact that all you got to do is go to church and go home and go to a restaurant and eat. That's not impressing me. That does not impress me. That does not influence me. And I'm going to still love you, even if you get up to 700 pounds. But that does not influence me. Whew, am I talking to anybody in here? This week we talked about the little foxes that destroy the vine. And I want you to pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Oh, baby. Cassandra, this is a Freedom Friday. I done freed the people up in here today. Honey, we had bondage and slavery of every kind up in here. But listen, we done freed the people today. This is Freedom Friday, and it's a fresh start Friday to start free. Drop the drag. Drop the drag. Drop the drag. Stop the distractions. Be consistent. Stop being tardy. Show up, and show up on time. Naturally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, literally. Show up on time. Show up on time. We talk about how God will show up on time, but if God is in you, can you show up on time? Can you be consistent? He's faithful and just. Can you be faithful and just? All the things that you want to say. Can you? I heard Shelby Nicole, I was in her stream on yesterday, and she said, Jesus wept. Can you? I'm done. She said, Jesus wept. Can you? Listen, at the end of the day, all of these things that y'all say God is, and God is in you, but I don't see any of these characteristics manifesting. And God is in you. The only thing that you may need is the discipline to manifest what's in there. Y'all hear me talking? You may need the discipline to manifest what's in there. So there we are. I'm done for the day. We're right here at the top of the hour. I love y'all so much. And I know y'all love me. Thank you for everybody that stayed. I appreciate you. And I love even those that left. Because listen, everybody can't hang with STL. I know sometimes this coffee is a little strong. Everybody can't drink that strong black sailor coffee. They can't drink, honey, this coffee, no cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because I tells it like a T-I-Z, tis. Everybody can't take that. As my uncle used to tell me, I like a lot of cream. Actually, in real life, when I was younger, I liked a lot of cream in my coffee. Now I drink it black. But he said, would you like some coffee with that cream? That's just the way my coffee was. Would you like some coffee with that cream? Because I don't see nothing in that cup but cream. Some folk literally, would you like some coffee with that cream? Because they can't handle the coffee. That's all I know how to serve. That's all I know how to give. So at the end of the day, oh, you didn't miss nothing. One reason you in here. I love you, man. It's always a on-demand replay. I love every last one of y'all in here. Y'all so special to me, and you're so precious. It is a Freedom Friday. I like that, Cassandra. This is a Freedom Friday, and this is the way we do it. This is the way we do it up in here. Well, I got to get out of here, y'all, because it's 9 o'clock, and 12 o'clock noon, we'll be back with Good Grief. I want to invite everybody to come for that. 12 o'clock noon, we'll be back with Good Grief with Crazy Berrytown and Kim Possible 7-Eleven. Then on Sunday at 6 o'clock, we will be celebrating the awesome birth of my dear friend, Royal Confessions, Royalty, in our 6 o'clock session on Sunday. I love all of y'all. I really, really do. Let's get up out of here. Well, I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. This has been another edition of Yes You OQ. It's one-on-one, just me and you. I I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and it's always a blessing to come in the Lion's Den and sit down and have a cup of coffee and chit-chat with the lions while we roar. You can follow me out there, y'all. I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, Anchor, Discord, and more. I'm out there in all those places, and I appreciate you for being here with me. Now, listen, this is our mantra. We do not have a spirit of intimidation. We do not have a spirit of fear. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. And this Pride Alliance, this Pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. Now, I want you to copy the raid message, y'all. Copy the raid message, because we're going to go bless somebody else's house. I am all powerful in love. That's our mantra. Now, look at here. We don't just talk about change. We understand we've got to be the change. And that's the sermon I'm preaching to y'all today. You got to be the change, even when it becomes to racist behavior, black folk toward white folk. We made that thing plain today. Now, at the end of the day, because it doesn't matter about the melanin in your skin, it doesn't matter about your ethnicity, it doesn't matter about your faith tradition or any of that. At the end of the day, it's us, you, me, we all, and we all in this thing together. I appreciate you all so much, and I love you. I love you. I love you. I always got to stop and give credit to whom credit is due. I appreciate you for being up in here. Thank you for the biddies, tall pumps. I appreciate everybody that's here. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. To the best moderators in the world, I appreciate you for taking care of this channel. Thank you for the biddies, DJ Stacy Blessed One, Tall Pumps, and BTD Mom. Thank you all so much. Michelle Browno, the Rebel Inc., and Shelly Thunder. Those are my moderators, and they take good care of this channel, and this station is blessed because they're here. PC Boy and Peace Truck, thank you all for following us today. And to everybody that's here and everybody that comes on a regular, I appreciate you. Yes, you. You make it possible, and you're why I show up on a daily. At the end of the day, 12 o'clock noon, meet me back here for Good Grief. It's a journey for anybody and everybody that wants to show up and make a good journey of grief together as one. I love you, and as we always say, I want you to have peace for your journey.
I miss you.